My god, so this is the desert world. I must be out of my mind. Look around. Fantastic. Just smell. Listen. This place is humming with life. How could a probe send such data? This is a real sensation. First, let's get away from the shuttle. In this atmosphere, it could go kablooey. And Tom dreams the dream again. And apparently we're gonna have to go through it again. Right. I think I put this... If I didn't fuck up, I probably put this in the intro already. That dream again. I have to discuss it with Chris sometime. Time to wake up. I must prepare for the flight. The flight. The shuttle. Was already there. Has already happened. Pain. Something's wrong. Something's not right. More pain. What happens? God, the crash. What happens? Oh, the pain. Why don't I wake up? Hofstad and I are going out. All full of plants and animals. The planet's alive. The colors, the greens, everything is green. And those are some... Yeah, those are some definite old alien titties there. No. Sniak ribanes anji grinardra bresir weni. No. Sure. What in the world? Where am I? Who? What is that? I thought I was awake. I have to get up and... Damn. Quite a clear sign of recovery, I'd say. Welcome back to the living. Hofstad. Okay, I will try to put it simply. What happens? Do you remember the crash landing and our getting out? Good. Shortly after the shuttle exploded, like in a bad American TV show. My first memory after that is being transported on a stretcher. When I saw who was helping me, I immediately passed out again. Driscoll, these beings are intelligent. Yeah, I can see that. This house didn't grow out of the ground. Although... You don't understand, there's intelligent life here. We've made contact with a third non-human race. Their culture is fantastic and... I'll say, buddy, you know, chillax just a little. And start from the beginning. How could the instruments be so wrong? We were expecting a Mars-like world and ended up in the damn jungle. I have no idea what went wrong. You can feel most of the facts with your own body. It's an oxygen-rich, warm world with a variety of flora and fauna. The gravity is as expected. Up to now, our immune system has handled the local microorganisms. The explosion got you more than me. You've been unconscious for almost 30 days. Wow, 30 days, that's really bad for your brain. I guess Tom was already a bit slow, but now he's just gotta be, well... Let's just say he's not gonna have to do the thinking. That's pretty much why I'm here, so... Some broken bones, burns, and a few minor internal injuries. The head injury gave me the most concern, but you appear to be almost coherent, so that's great. I was back on my feet quite quickly and have made contact with our hosts. Where shall I begin? Just, you know, keep it simple, man. I will try my best. The people here call themselves the Iskai. As you've seen, they are built like humans, only taller and thinner. And they have most of their body fur. They appear to have descended from beasts of prey, as you can tell from the shape of their head. Otherwise, their history is somewhat similar to that of humans. The Iskai are mammals with two sexes. Their technology isn't too advanced, yet they're quite capable of astounding architectural feats. The people that live here have taken good care of us, and they've helped keep you alive. You probably shouldn't start being racist towards a race that you haven't discovered yet, man. I was completely out of it on the first day here. The only thing I remember is that one of these fellows was in a room and fumbled around. I don't think he was trying to impress us. He was working with glittering plant seeds. I was too weak to protest, but apparently it didn't hurt us. Then I used 3 of our med packs to get you in your current state. Right. Drenis pan artriba na gendi. Gridak na grina. So this dude basically already speaks the language, yeah. Sure. You've learned their language in just 4 weeks. Except for the pronunciation, the dialect is astoundingly easy to learn. I'll give you a basic course so you can catch up. Sweet. So we get all of our bones and organs mutilated, and the first thing we do is get a language lesson. Accept it, and you'll see that you'll be on your feet in no time. Right. I'd be really surprised if the ship is still in orbit, yeah. I don't know what the hell those guys did, but you can't really suspect that they're gonna have waited on us for like a month, so I think it will land at a predetermined point. From there, we can build a research station instead of a mining structure. I don't think they're gonna want to do that. We must first find out where we are, and how we can get to a landing point. The trip to the Toronto could take a long time, so we pretty much crash landed halfway across the planet. Yeah, thank the good man. He basically kept you alive. And today, for the first time, Tom feels strong enough to get out of bed. Never, Hofstad, and even if Jiria eats me, I won't stay in this sandbox any longer. Your nurse won't be happy, but please take it easy. It looks as if you will be walking again shortly. I'm doing okay, aren't I? It's time to leave this room. Okay, but you talk to Jiria. Alright lads, welcome back to Albion. I, forgot what I was doing, but I'm pretty much still at the start of the game, was I? It's been a while since I've made the last video, which was pretty much just an introduction, you know? In any case, I guess this serves pretty much as an introduction as well, doesn't it? But then to the actual game world. Which is gonna be, can I have the money, please? Of course the first thing I'm gonna do, steal all these people's junk, because I'm gonna need it. Let's see. Oop. And of course, in contrast to the whole space sci-fi thing that we had in the previous part, this is actually like a normal, classic, almost medieval RPG. Which is very interesting. I always liked that sort of bait and switch that it did. Let's see, let's get our guys equipped, which is not gonna be much, mind you. I'm probably gonna have to rely on the gun more than anything else. Let's see. Because these guys, and especially Rainer, he's an absolute wimp. These guys will not hold up their own in combat, so let's see. Nope. I'm gonna put my useful shit at the top. Basically a matter of convention, and all the stuff I want to sell I'm gonna put at the bottom. Or, you know, stuff I can't really use. I found a lockpick, did I? Yeah, I did. I remember now. I found a lockpick. That's gonna be useful really soon. Let's see. Do we have something else? We have a rope, which is very useful. And a stab, which... Can I actually see the stats? 3 damage. And this one... 4 damage, okay. And what about this one? 3 damage. Sure. But I think this stab is gotta be useful for one of our future party members. Because yes, we aren't just gonna play with these 2 idiots. Luckily, we're gonna have like a few more people to join us. And they're not all gonna be as useless as Rainer, so... Let's see. Tom, what are you doing up? Haven't I told you to save your strength? Now, it's not my fault if you collapse. I'll tell Sabali Rin that you seem to have regained your strength. Of course, in the last part, or... I'm probably gonna cut and paste this in the beginning of the video, but... Having learned the language of these weird cat people things, the Iskai, now they just basically talk English, you know, to sort of make it easier on us. These guys may have learned, like, their language, but I sure haven't, so... Let's see. They always seem to be running at top speed. Just look at Jiria. I wanted to thank her for her care to calm her down. But she's already disappeared, yeah. I kinda skipped forward just a little bit. But basically they're talking about the differences between the Iskai and the humans, right? How these guys basically evolved from predators and don't really live all that long, but they live very fast. They're very nimble creatures. And the Iskai child looks with big eyes at the people in front of him. The sight has left him dumbfounded. Okay. I mean... I think it's probably us that should be dumbfounded, man. A large cabinet, okay. I've already seen parts of the house. The architecture is fantastic. Almost everything appears to consist of plants. Heaven knows how they do it. And there is water almost everywhere. The people here bathe often, and apparently they don't have a nudity taboo. Oh yeah. We're gonna be able to see some nice... cat titties and junk, yeah. I guess that makes sense. I've already figured out what this is. It's a kind of plant toilet. Oh, disgusting. They actually kind of live like the Romans, don't they? You sort of just... sit around in one room, take a poo, have a chat about your day, and, you know... what that weird green stuff is in the middle of the chunks. You know, you had a rough night, and you sort of gotta apologize for the smell and explain. I get you, I get you. I wouldn't want to be in that particular position, but, you know. Maybe the Romans did have, like, people that had, like, a shy bladder or something. Who knows? And these guys didn't like the public toilets, so they sort of waited until everybody left, or just went and pissed in a corner, yeah. Kinda makes you wonder how that works. Oh, there she is again. Tom and Rainer, I've just come from the Sebai. He wishes to speak with you. Yeah, sure. Sure. We will learn the reason why we were saved. Yeah, that's so human of you, isn't it, Tom? Most creatures save you because, you know... because they're good people. We should probably not talk with each other in our own language. Yeah, I guess. Wouldn't want to offend the weird cat things. Tom and Raynor, the chief of the clan of the Southwind Hunters. Sabalirin. Sweet. He looks like very small, doesn't he? Look at him. I'm glad you have recovered. Sweet. Sarima. Sabalirin. You and your clan have saved our lives, and we'd like to thank you. See, there you go. Famous for its hospitality. Is there any way we can show our appreciation? Oh wow, this guy has immediately wall of text us. Let's see. I am pleased about that, Tom and Raynor. In fact, I would like to make a request. I don't know with what magic your metal boat moves through the air, but it seems to be completely destroyed. Since I have the impression that your vehicle is no longer of use to you, it would be helpful to the clan if you could sign the metal over to us. Yeah, sure, man. I mean, we're probably not gonna use it anymore. It's kinda trash, so. Oh yeah, no, we don't sort of pee on our documents to formalize them. That might work. That is how we normally sign contracts. So yeah. Actually, I probably don't really have governance over that airplane because, you know, it's kind of my boss's, but who gives a shit at this point? You seem to be quite a young lad, don't you? Can it be that no one has explained to you about our holiest ritual? Ah, yes. Well, I am actually over 50 years old, an age that no Isekai can reach. I transferred my spirit into the body of a newborn. That sounds nice? Question mark? The Seiba ritual is the most powerful magical act which we are capable of. It can be performed by anyone, however slight his magical talents. That makes it even worse, doesn't it? The tree of a newborn has very special abilities during the first week. If an adult touches the newborn's tree, he can transfer his entire self into the spirit of the child. He or she can begin life anew. Naturally, it is forbidden to perform the ritual without the council's approval. Besides the abduction of a newborn, this is the worst crime there is. I mean, you make it sound like the newborns are probably your most precious resource, so the criminal and his entire family should be punished by death. Only a few special people, the chosen, can undergo the ritual. Further, the ritual cannot be carried out without the newborn's mother's consent. I see. The chosen one receives the title of Sebai, followed by a number which indicates how often he did the thing. Therefore, my title Sebai Li means I have done it once. It is, I mean, I think many of us, mere human people, have often fantasized about being able to be reborn but retain all your memories. And, you know, this is kinda sad, but you sort of kill a child in the process, don't you? I guess pure mind death is one of the most comfortable ways to die, even though, you know, you can never be sure, but I wonder how that would feel if you basically force a mind out of a brain. No matter how you twist and turn it, it's probably not gonna be a nice feeling. Yeah, and what I'm gonna do is, like, these first few chats are gonna be very heavy on the plot dumping. And honestly, I'm not gonna read it all. I'm gonna try to sort of summarize everything that people say. There's a lot of fun things to read, and there is like a whole bunch of backstory. Pretty much to every location you go to. But it's just entirely way too much to actually get into it. I'd basically be spending like hours of video footage just reading all this stuff out loud. That's you know, I kinda wanna get on with the game. But I am gonna talk to him about a few of these topics. Let's see. So, it is very difficult to achieve the status of chosen, a person authorized for the Sebai ritual. For example, if someone has distinguished himself by particular courage or self-sacrifice, it also happens that someone who has reached high rank in the Styric is chosen. Generally, people with unique talents and knowledge can basically do the thing. Kill a babby and become the babby. No. So what's a tree? The tree which each of us bears on our forehead is a very special organ. It is seen as the center of the spirit. So basically these guys have their prefrontal cortex, I think it is, on the outside of their skulls. I think that's the basic idea. If I'm not mistaken, I don't particularly have a lot of neurobiology knowledge, but I think that's where most of our emotional state happens. So the Styric are responsible for upholding the law. They prosecute criminals and try to bring order. Yeah, I think the Styric are supposed to be like police and executioner, which is, you know, you guys do you, but I think those are two professions that you probably want to keep separate, because then the obvious happens. See, also, you know, 2020. In any case, great value is placed on the sibling relationship in our families. For example, as someone reaches maturity, he has responsibility and decision-making power over the siblings, even more than the parents. I see. So they don't do like the traditional mother-father household. So when do you reach maturity? 10 years, yeah. So that's about a third or a fourth of their life. Which means 25 in human years, I guess? That sounds reasonable, doesn't it? That actually sounds a lot more reasonable than 18. Okay, so now he goes on about the Sebai ritual. Again, we've heard this, that's fine. Marriage. When the partners have decided to spend their lives together, they hold a great celebration. Normally the couple are joined for the rest of their lives. In this case, they are often supported by their secondary partners, who give them an opportunity to break away from their parents' house. That sounds fun. I wouldn't entirely be against that. The sisters of the bride and brothers of the groom are considered to be secondary partners. At times they share the house, and if they so desire, also the bed. Okay, but then what if you have like two sisters and they both want to marry somebody else? The fuck do you do then? Do you guys all just, you know, do the one big happy family thing, or what's the deal? So these guys do in fact know magic. The art that cannot be performed with the hands and only few can perform with their head. Only a few have the talent to change things or create things out of nothing. With the force of their spirit and the blessing of the goddess. There are 2 guilds. This is important. 2 guilds. The formers, or Jifad, and the Jikas. I guess these guys are the ladders. Yeah. Most of us believe that after death we will return back to where we came from, the great consciousness, which is formed by all the ancestors and often called the goddess. I see. So basically, the primordial soup. Yeah? The women are fertile only 3 months out of the year. This is the time of the Fadim, and the celebration begins with a great feast. That would be kind of fun, wouldn't it? If humans had like a fertility period, then we'd be like all special in the spring. Now we just, you know, sort of fuck all year round. It's takes the fun out of it, doesn't it? You must know that the Jikas is the name of the Magician's Guild of Jirinar. You will find them in the southwestern part of the city. It's an art with many facets. It heals, creates, destroys. Okay, what about the other one? One of the oldest guilds in Jirinar. They consider themselves to be builders primarily, and they basically make all the weird magic plant things and the poo toilets. No. Jirinar is the name of the city that I think we're in, and its harbor makes it the trading center of Nakiridani. What the hell is Nakiridani? The name of the country where you now stand. It is a large island. Okay, so the island, basically. Because I remember walking around this island, and there's actually not that much to see. Apart from like wildlife trying to claw at your face. In the council building, you will find Sebai Gizfril, who is noted as a great history teacher. He can surely tell you more. Sweet. Well, this guy is just a well of information. A G-Guild is pretty straightforward. The Council of Jirinar is the government of all Nakiridani. Meets in the council building in the middle of the city, which is also going to be important. The Sebai Na is the chief of the council, and governs the people. But he needs the council's agreement on important matters. The council forms so-called council circles, groups of people that do a thing. I see. The Sebai Na has a great influence in times of crisis. Yeah, there's basically martial law, I get it. The Hunters Clan of Southwind is one of the oldest in Jirinar. The best hunters in the city have come from... I see. So that kind of explains why they were out and about when we sort of crashed into their islands. 2 smaller clans who live by cattle breeding. Their herds are mostly near the city. I see. You can purchase weapons and armaments. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna figure that out eventually. And Argim was the chief of the Jifad, almost 150 years ago. At that time, the guild house of the Jifad was outside the city. Argim had great talent in his field, but a fickle nature. He wanted to become one of the chosen, but he was rejected, denied. He swore he would achieve immortality in spite of everything. That is also very important, as we will find out eventually. Sweet, thanks man. Here's a key. It opens the doors of the Hunter clan and leads you to our supply cellar. Whatever you need belongs to you. Sweet. Of course you are welcome anytime. Feel free to look around and don't be afraid to get to know the city. And of course, we have to get our main quest. The Sebaina would like to speak with you. And there we go, that's pretty much it. And now we are free to roam the lands. Sort of. Now, as he said, we're basically on a fairly small, fairly large island, filled with these Iskai. Our xenobiologist dream. One moment, their similarity to human beings is frightening, and the next they are so alien. Despite their short lifespan, the Iskai have quasi-immortality. I mean, that's, you know, if you ignore the baby murder. Now, there's a lot of people hanging around. Most of them aren't very useful, but we're gonna have a chat anyway. This is clear now. How you doing, man? I am a huntress, like many in our clan. However, the last Vadim was a happy occasion for me. I am expecting a child, so I stay at home. Ah, you did the dirty, didn't you? Yeah, now she's basically just gonna say all the same things as we heard from the Sebai. Let's see. I'm working together with Greedery. He is a master cook. I see. That sounds nice. Pardon for my enthusiasm, but look at the giant object over there. It's a kind of pump, and functions without any mechanical parts. I believe the people who live here are very proud of their fountain. Yeah, basically this. It's like having one of those giant fountains in your entrance hall just to show off. I get you. We do that too, actually. Yeah. Hey, little buddy. I'm already 4 years old, so times 2.5 is 6. I will learn how to soon I will learn how to suppress pain. It will be a long time before I'm mature. Yeah, good luck with that, little buddy. Maturity is, not as fun as they make it out to be. I don't know if humans can do that, but we have a way. I guess you can learn to think the pain away. That sounds nice, I guess. Is that the lady that was taking care of us? It is as well. Juria, I'm happy that we succeeded in healing you. When you first came into the house, I wondered if you would make it. Yeah, thanks, mate. After all this crashed and bitten hunters, treating you is an interesting change. So you're basically a dedicated healer. Yeah. That's nice. Our clan earns its living mainly by hunting. There are animal breeders, but most people prefer game. The more honorably an animal was hunted, the greater the profit. I see. That's nice, dear. Mainly, I just take care of our hunters' minor wounds. For healing serious injuries, we bring the healers of the G cause. I see. Yeah, and then she just sort of dumps all the same information on us. The G-Cause produce a beverage which strengthens injured bodies and accelerates healing. And that gives us actually a very good healing potion. I think the turquoise ones are like the major healing potions. So I'm gonna hold on to that. Let's see. I know it's just sort of a matter of having a walk around, talking to the people. Let's see if we can sort of pry any interesting information or interesting items out of any of them. This is the cellar. How you doing, man? I see that Jiria has put you back on your feet. Yeah, she did a decent job, I guess. This is the resting area. Since I was injured in a hunt, I will spend some time here. I see. Yeah, we were right on the heels of our prey, in the northwest part of Nakuritani, when I ran into a group of Krondiers. By the time the others had rushed to my aid, the Krondiers had already started munching me. So this guy basically teaches us a little bit about the wildlife. Let's see. Krondiers are giant, dangerous, predatory animals. They are feared opponents, and they have a tree-like structure, which is very valuable. If you're interested in hunting them, you should have a word with Kryn, the Tree of the Hunts. I guess I'll do that. He is a master of the hunts. Yeah, okay. Anything... Jiria takes care of the wounded. Yeah, she is a wonderful woman, too. Take it easy, ma'am. I don't want to hear about your dirty cat sex. Let's see. There's a lot of junk around. There's no point picking any of that up. I've learned this by experience. How about you? Are you calling me wide? Oh yeah, because you guys are like very slender, aren't you? That's actually kind of rude, but maybe being that rude, or maybe that's only considered rude in like human terms. Oop. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna give all my healing potions to Rainer, because he's basically gonna be our support for now. Oop. Did I talk to you yet? No. There's a lot of people around. Most of these don't really have that much to say, but it's always good to check. It's gonna be a while before we sort of get into the flow, where we don't really have that much exploring to do, and, you know, get more into the questing, you know? The Isekai children are more similar. Yeah, Rainer, of course, is loving this, because he's supposedly biologist, big brain man, and Tom is just sort of, you know, along for the ride. He's a bit dim, let's put it that way. Let's see. Do we have anything useful? Do you have any stuff for me? Come on. Give me some stuff. I have a swollen jaw, okay? Sorry to hear that, buddy. Let's see. What do we have down here? Oh shit, is this a can? Oh, disgusting. Oh Christ, oh gross. Let's go, let's just go. Imagine the smell, Jesus. It's like a kitty litter box, but wet and like filled in an entire room to the brim. I can't even imagine the smell, Jesus. Who are you? If you intend to go hunting, yeah, I have to find this big boy, big hunt man. Is it you? No, you're the head of the kitchen. That's respectable too, I guess. I like to cook, an unusual occupation for a child. Can I have like some stuff? Sweet. Thanks, man. Fucking free Gibbs, I love it. Just smell those aromas. Yeah, these guys. Yeah, I'd love to eat it too. Like, if we were like the spacefaring kind of humans, I probably wouldn't mind just sort of jumping from planet to planet to try their food. Let's see. It's a kitchen knife. I don't think that's useful. I'm gonna check just to be sure. but I don't think it is. Let's see. Oh, it is as well. It works as a weapon. I guess I can use it. Although with Rainer, you're probably better off just sticking to long-range combat. Maybe I should give him the gun. Let's see. 20, how about Tom? 25, yeah, maybe not. Honestly, Rainer's just sort of a bit shit at everything. It's a bit sad, but, you know. He's basically just plot man. Dumper of lore. That's his only job. Let's see. Clear now. Who the hell are you? I'm a huntress. Oh, I talked to you before, didn't I? No. This is where I came from. I'm sort of still looking for the Master Hunter. Drowsy blah blah blah. I am Lorena, Rin's wife. I've already been told that you're willing to help us. Yeah, sure. Can I ask why? There's really no specific reason, but in recent years the clan's expenses were simply too high. Rin is an outstanding clan leader, but he values the public image. Ah, yeah, the fountain. He's a bit of a show-off, isn't he? Yeah, I get you. So what about the fact that, you know, he ate your child? I consider it a great honor, of course I do. The body is a child which he and I created, an ideal combination, so now you have sex with your son. Wow. Jesus, Freud would have a field day. Jesus Christ. So wait, you married him when you were still very young, so you were still a kid. Then he married you. He created the different kid, he became the kid. And now you guys, I'm not too sure if I want to, like, get into it any further, but it sounds a bit fucked. Gotta be honest. No, I don't want to rest. Not just yet. I keep wondering where the hunter is, like the main huntman dude. He's supposed to stand out. He should be very obvious. I hope I didn't miss him, because I think I do need to talk to him. The place I just passed was a cellar where all of our stuff is. There's a good reason why I didn't go in there. Not just yet. Let's see. Yeah, I think I may have missed him. Give me a minute. I'll see if I can find him. There you are, you big bastard. That's you, isn't it? I am the Tree of the Hunt. He was sort of hiding out at the entrance to the cellar. So can you tell me a bit more? Most of our clan members are always hunting for wild animals such as Krondirs and Warniaks. I'm too old for hunting. I've already reached my 38th year, I see. So you're basically Grandpa McHunts a lot, but McNot hunts again. Yeah, whatever. Let's see. You don't want to do the ritual because of personal beliefs. In general, it is assumed that a newborn does not have its own personality. Nevertheless, to me it would seem as if I were extinguishing a life. Oh, so that's actually kind of fun. They actually acknowledge that, you know, it's just a little bit weird. Because I do agree, it's a little bit weird. Even though I would love doing it, but, you know. Warniak is a giant winged vertebrate. It has a frightfully poisonous stinger, which is gonna come bite me in the ass quite a few times over the course of this game, and I'm gonna come to hate it. I'm gonna screech madly about it. And you're gonna hear me curse and swear and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, Warniaks. Good old time. And Krondirs are giant predators that usually run on two legs. Very strong, very big, very powerful. Their meat is inedible and mostly used as bait for other predators. This is also surprisingly important. And there should be like a third animal type that we learn about, but I'm not too sure if he's gonna tell us. Maybe I can think of the name. I don't quite remember. There's Crawlers, Wardiacs, and the Skrin. I think that's it. Yeah, he's not gonna tell us, but maybe I can ask. Can I sort of ask about the Skrin? Maybe you write it with 2 letters, don't you? No. Never mind. I thought I knew, but I don't. The Skrin are basically gonna be a huge pain in my ass, especially for like the early part of the game. They're pretty much sort of Zerg type monsters that aren't too strong, but they come at you with masses and a lot of attacks. And so yeah, that was the Master of the Hunt. All that's left to do now, and that might be a good way to conclude this video, is to go down to the basement and go find some valuables. And also our guys are getting tired. I'll get into that eventually. Let's see. If your guys get too tired, they are gonna start getting annoyed and they're gonna like get debuffs that fucks with their combat, which I don't necessarily want to see happen. So let's see. This character can't wear the Isekai cap, that's fine. And I get like a bunch of weapons that our guys can't really use. I mean, they could use the stilettos, but they don't really help much. And this, of course, also hints as to our future characters, especially like the Isekai leather cap. Can obviously only be worn by these guys, so... Let's see. So we grab all this stuff, because we can. And anything else. I think I'm missing like a very important item, but it's entirely possible that I'm gonna find it in the basements. Ooh. Axe, damage 5. Great. Anything else? Double stab. Damage 6. Oh wow, okay. I'm equipping these, but it's probably a bad idea. Tom really sucks at combat, and Rainer, you know, shouldn't even bother. He's just that bad. He's immediately gonna get his ass kicked. I think most people probably don't even head into the dungeon I'm gonna head in from the start of the game. It is possible to do, but it's generally not a great idea. But I'm gonna do it anyway, because fuck you guys. Ooh, I am awesome. Let's see, yeah, I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna give you the axe. There we go. And I might as well sort of start giving surplus stuff to Rainer and sort of keep you to deal with the useful shit. Actually, it might not be a bad idea to sort of head out and make sure I'm equipped first. This is starting to sound like a worse and worse idea. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. This is a good start to the game, but I'm totally not ready to be dealing with any sort of dungeon. So instead, I will go out and have a chat with, you know, other people.